welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today we're putting together a pattern. It was 20615 and 17678 over on friendshipbracelets.net. You can see there that little yellow string, that whole thing. Mandy came up with a whole brand new kumi for this, which I'm not sure, but I think that it's actually called something different than just a kumi. It's really super cool. It's pretty. I'll include a photo so you can see what that looks like. As far as this pattern, I think it was a little bit harder than I had anticipated, and I wasn't quite prepared for that. So it takes me a little while before I start to get into my segment knotting and for everything to work out really well there. Eventually I kind of find my groove and get into it, and I'm okay. But the part that kind of surprised me the most, and that actually gave me some encouragement of what I plan on doing more in the future, is those red strands. I had kind of thought about it while we were in the pattern phase. They keep going in and then back out, and then in and then back out. So it kind of staggers every other one. It's either close to the edge or it's closer to the inside. And as a result, it really helped me in keeping track of where I was in the pattern. Because a lot of the stuff, there's the outer pink, well, or not pink, the outer light purple it's just very repetitive. So the thing that helped me to see where I was at any given point in the pattern was the red on the outside or on the inside. So that was really great. I really did appreciate having that. Hang on. It's early morning and I am still trying to enjoy some coffee here. So yeah. I made this all yesterday, so I'm trying to remember all the things that I kind of went through. There was a number of tie a knot and oh nope, that's not right. I think I had 4 or 5 of those little mistakes where I had to pull out the needle, which that happens, that's I don't know. I don't mind the idea of knowing that I'm prone to mistakes. Color wise, I think we did pretty good. The blue and the purple are kind of close, and I'm not sure if I would have liked to have more contrast there. So I'm kind of curious, if you make this yourself, what you might change on it. I just would like to kind of see it. I also noticed there was a camera change there. So what happened was I was live streaming for the members, and Mandy was looking at it, and she said that the focus seemed a little bit off. And so I was like, okay, I can do something about that. And I was testing out some new software, something other than OBS. And I discovered that with the new software, it actually lets me zoom in to 3 times the size and whatever. And so I was like, cool, I can play with the thing. And I decided I would try to zoom in so I have a closer shot, and then see how much focus, how I could dial it in. Wow, you can see the little fibers and stuff in there. It's really, really nice. It's a good picture. I guess that because it's the camera itself that's doing the focusing, that it'll look good when I use OBS or whatever else. I will probably use the other software more once they get the better sound integrated into it. Other than that, though, I really do like the software a lot. Yeah. So yeah. You would have, if you had been a member at that point, you could have like joined in, you could have seen a lot was going on. It was a lot of fun. Overall, it felt like it went super quick. It was just over an hour in length for the making the whole bracelet. It felt really fast. I think part of where the blue is in the middle, I was anticipating it to be a little harder than it really was. So that was kind of nice, because the fact that it kind of repeats in that little diamond thing, I was afraid that it was going to get to where I would like kind of lose count and actually accidentally extend it one more. And again, I think that what kept me from like having that happen was, again, those little reds on the outside. See, like right now, on the right, the red is all the way out, and then watch after we bring that in, right? So then I get the purple and the light lavender color, and see now the red is coming to the inside. So that little change up periodically helped me to keep kind of track of exactly where I was. That's brilliant. Other patterns have similar things like that, where things change when you get to a color or something happens. But no, this worked out good. What else can I tell you? I can tell you that this is all made possible by my Patreon supporters and my YouTube members, because, well, partly it's encouragement. It's straight up with, because there are so many people like, making contributions, I'm more inclined to make sure that I keep going, because I feel like they're counting on me, and yeah, that's a thing. It also helps that, because during the live streams we have like 2 different giveaways now. There's so much more going on with this whole production now than ever, and yeah, it's a lot more work than I've ever had to do before. Like, I swear I work 6 days a week trying to put out the content, and a little encouragement goes a long ways. So thank you guys so much for being there for me. Thank you for the monetary part of it, making sure I have floss. It's an amazing thing that we have going here, and I want to keep it going. And it's not just going to be just these mashups. I have lots of plans. Next month, I plan on doing a lot of doubling. I've got, some of these will be the same patterns we've already done with this, but then there's a bunch of other ones that I want to try. Ones that, when you look at it, you're like, you wouldn't necessarily even begin to know what to do if you're going to double it. Those are the ones I really want to go after. The ones that just nobody else really does it because it doesn't seem right. So those are that's what I'm going to go after. If you have a pattern like that you're like, yeah, here's a challenge, I'm ready for it. I'm looking forward to doing those. So yeah. There's that. Oh, I want to get back to doing some blindside creations. So if you have any of those, let me know. It's easy. All I need is the pattern number, which website it came from, and how many strings. And yeah, I'll go into it without having looked at it before, and we'll see where those go, because that was a fun series. I enjoy doing those ones. Yeah, did I mention it's really early? I'm up surprisingly early this morning and enthusiastic and ready to make some knots. But of course, coffee first. Yeah, I kind of like this zoomed in thing where you can actually kind of see the knots really well, and you can see, like, I'm not sure if you can really tell, like, the effort that I'm putting into it to try to keep it really straight, keep it even. Like, there's a whole finesse to trying to have everything balanced, especially when there's so many zigzag knots in there. There's something, you know, about how using the tension. Oh, that was just a silly mistake. That was dumb. That light purple has been zigzagging the whole time to let it go outside. It's a natural reflex for me to let it go outside, but that was a silly mistake. But yeah, trying to keep it nice and straight and even and everything, like that's an art into itself. So yeah, I do like it. I like the overall shape. I kind of feel like you could actually merge the purple and the blue together into one color. That would have been kind of neat. Oh, halfway through, or almost halfway through, I exchanged the light purple from the inside with the light purple to the outside. That, I talked about it in the thing. All I had to do was where one of the purples would have gone to the outside, switch it around, or no, to the inside, switch it around, let the light one come in, and do the exchange, which made it so that way the outer one wouldn't run out. That worked out really super awesome. The only other color that got used an awful lot was the blue, but that was fine. My tassels are huge. I was a little worried, but then I got to the end, I'm like, oh, there was really no reason for me to worry about that one at all. Mind you, I cut my strings in thirds, so, you know, if you're a person who cuts them shorter, be concerned with the blue one especially. But yeah, you can actually exchange the light colors. It just takes kind of going away from what the pattern says, and then just get the inner and the outer one to exchange. So yeah, that was, I really do like this though. I really do think this is a very cool bracelet. Hopefully you enjoyed it too. Actually, I think we're getting down to the end. Am I? See, I haven't been counting how many of the white spaces there's been, so I'm not 100% sure. I definitely think we are. So, well, hey, thank you for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate that as well. It does help out the channel an awful lot. If you haven't already, hit like, and as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.